In what has quickly become a viral media storm, Meghan Markle has once again found herself at the center of brutal public scrutiny, this time not over a podcast or royal rift, but her latest lifestyle venture, Jam. During a live segment on Live with Kelly and Mark, hosts Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos tore into Meghan's as-ever Jam brand with blistering honesty, branding the product not even edible. The moment, both candid and cutting, left audiences stunned, and sources close to Markle say she is absolutely enraged by what she perceives as an orchestrated humiliation. The reaction from the hosts wasn't subtle. After tasting the jam on air, Kelly scrunched her face in apparent distaste, remarking, "I don't know what this is supposed to be, but it's definitely not strawberry." Mark followed with a jab that now lives in headlines, "If I wanted something this bitter, I just listened to her next podcast." The studio audience laughed, but for Meghan, this was no joke. Insiders report she immediately called her PR team into crisis mode, furious over the public takedown. Markle's as-ever brand was launched with much fanfare, touted as an organic, artisanal line of lifestyle products aimed at capturing the aesthetic of refined simplicity. But critics quickly pounced on the irony. A duchess who famously fled royal responsibilities now selling rustic jam from a $14 million Montecito mansion. The disconnect between the brand's image and Meghan's real-life luxury has only widened the trust gap with the public. "It's inauthentic," said celebrity brand expert Tara Hayes. "People see through it. Meghan wants to be Martha Stewart, but she's giving off more goop meets damaged PR." What Kelly and Mark did wasn't merely a jab, it was a reflection of a growing cultural shift. Audiences are no longer enchanted by the Markle machine. Meghan, once a media darling, has seen a sharp decline in public support since her multi-million-dollar deals with Spotify and Netflix either fizzled or were quietly terminated. Her podcast, Archetypes, was axed after just one season, with Spotify executives reportedly branding her and Prince Harry as grifters. Netflix, too, has cooled their enthusiasm after lukewarm reception to their docuseries. The as-ever Jam, it seems, is only the latest in a string of miscalculations. Meghan's attempts to rebrand herself as a wholesome, domestic entrepreneur have backfired dramatically. Not only has the product been mocked by daytime hosts, but food critics have also chimed in, some labeling it overpriced sugar in a fancy jar. Others question whether Meghan even had a hand in making the jam, pointing to reports that production is outsourced to a third-party manufacturer while Meghan's name is stamped on the label for branding. What makes this particular controversy so explosive is the way it blends comedy and criticism. Kelly and Mark are not political commentators or royal reporters, they're household names with mainstream appeal. Their remarks cut deeper because they represent what the average viewer might really think. It's no longer just Piers Morgan or conservative outlets questioning Meghan's credibility, it's morning show hosts who sip coffee with Middle America. Behind the scenes, Meghan is reportedly seething. One palace-adjacent source shared, "She thought this brand would be a soft launch into something positive, something safe. She never expected it to be mocked on national television. That may speak to a larger issue, an overestimation of her own public image." Despite numerous image makeovers, documentaries, and staged interviews, Meghan seems unable to shake the perception that she's more concerned with control and optics than authenticity. The reaction online has only made things worse. Social media exploded with clips of Kelly and Mark's segment, with hashtags like #Jamgate and #AsEverFail trending across Twitter and TikTok. Even longtime Meghan sympathizers found themselves cracking jokes. One tweet read, "Even her jam has a victim narrative." Another added, "I tried the jam. My taste buds filed for emancipation." Meghan's defenders, of course, claim this is just another chapter in the long saga of public bullying. But even among her inner circle, there's a quiet admission that the strategy might be off. "You can't sell authenticity while living like royalty and suing the press," said one former PR consultant who worked briefly with Archwell. "It doesn't resonate." Ultimately, what this moment illustrates is that the public appetite for celebrity lifestyle brands has shifted. Transparency matters. Authenticity matters. And in Meghan's case, both appear to be in short supply. The as-ever brand might have been a cute rebrand in theory, but the execution, much like the jam itself, is leaving a bitter taste. In the court of public opinion, the backlash has been swift and savage. And if Meghan's team thought, as ever, would sweeten her image, they've just learned a hard lesson. You can't sugarcoat perception, not even with jam, and the damage control has already begun. Sources close to Archewell say Meghan is scrambling to reframe the narrative, reportedly pushing for influencer partnerships and carefully curated Instagram endorsements to salvage the brand's image. But the irony is hard to miss. In attempting to sell simplicity, she's relying on the same polished PR playbook that critics say created the problem in the first place. Even some of her former allies in the press are beginning to show signs of fatigue. A recent piece in a major entertainment outlet questioned whether Meghan had run out of cards to play, pointing out that every launch from her children's books to her media ventures seems to end in controversy or mediocrity. The article didn't attack her character. It simply asked what many are thinking. What does Meghan Markle actually stand for, beyond curated optics and failed ventures? Meanwhile, late-night comedians have already seized the moment, with Stephen Colbert joking that the jam's aftertaste is just like her PR lingers too long and leaves you confused. In the end, Meghan's team may find that the bigger issue isn't the jam's flavor, it's the public's growing distaste for pretense dressed as authenticity.